welcome you all here. We've got policymakers from all over the Bay watershed, and we've got a very full and exciting agenda today. I want to make a few introductory comments, and then I'm going to introduce James Reese, who is the director of Mount Vernon, who wants to provide a welcome to this great location, very fitting location for the work that we'll do today. First, this is a switch in meeting time, as some of you may know. We've been in the habit of having these executive council meetings in late November or December every year. But when we had our meeting at the end of 2008, we realized that there was a challenge with that, which is that most of the states in the watershed are so far along in their budget development by that time that issues that we discuss at those executive council meetings could not easily be fit into the budget calendars. And so we felt by moving the meetings to the spring, we could kind of get ahead of the next year's budget development. I know that some of the states in the watershed are still working on finalizing budgets in this year, but even while that is happening, staffs and governors and others are starting to work on next year's budget. I know that's the case in Virginia. So these issues, the more lead time we have in putting them into budgets, the better, and that's why we made a decision as a council to switch these meetings to spring, and we're very, very glad to be here. The main focus today will be on sort of two issues, two very exciting issues. First, changing the way we do goal setting around achievement of Bay cleanup goals, which has been extremely important. We really wrestled with this issue in December and decided that the setting of long-term goals without meaningful pressure points and interim steps leads to a familiar dynamic where there is an urgency at the beginning of whatever the period of time is, and then at the end there's a sense of urgency, but it's too late to make the kind of progress we want. And so we have decided to embark upon a different way of goal setting that involves both long-term goals, but then also interim steps, milestones that we will all have to commit to budgetarily and by policy, and I think that will help us, and that's the first issue on which we'll do some discussion later. And second, we are really excited today to be announcing what I believe is a real acceleration of the federal partnership in Chesapeake Bay efforts, an acceleration that I believe will have some historic opportunities. And so those two items will really set the stage, although we'll talk about a lot of other things today.